right, welcome back. It's still Breakfast Daily right here on Channel One TV. Right now it's time for us to get into our communities. And today we are looking at Oda-Nkwanta in the eastern region. And we have a little issue where farmers, rice farmers in particular, are appealing to the government to support as there is decreased demand for harvested rice, which by extension is affecting livelihoods. We actually have a report on that by Nilni Amate Kanaku, who is our Eastern Regional Correspondent right here on Channel One TV. So let's check out this report, and when we come back, we will get speaking to the right authorities and know exactly what's happening.
Currently here at Oda-Nkwanta, within the Oda constituency, that is the Brim Central Municipality, which happens to be a hub for cocoa rice. Now, the area is made up of predominantly farmers who cultivate cocoa and rice. But as you can see in this particular shot, these are fresh rice which are being dried here in the open. And just behind me, it's one of the 5 milling centers here at Oda-Nkwanta, where these rice farmers come to mill their rice, have the husk taken away from it, and then other particles before it's sent to the market. But we understand that currently there are a number of sacks which have been packed at all the milling centers where they are lacking buyers. So we are going to interact with some of the farmers, interact with the operators of the milling machines and also the traditional authority to find out exactly what their challenges are.
This year, how are you? Yamona, Yamiadum, I fear a buying brain, Sidno. I mean, dry, Abba, come. Nancy, Yanatofo, near the fa, Mofidiso. So, Momoying. Na Yanatofo, na Banso. One trying and name her school so I try and wish yan. On come Tom on a mouth.
A dry machine on way, Tapolia Cohatapolina, Dakuna or Hatamon, Tapolina Bomoji. So I hatana, Dana, a Sutano Hata, Dana, one of Botia, Sadano, Nin every a man which repa and yes, Rabbi. Some of whom about no way, not school so I try and wish you for money because Monday, Chroma machine, now in
There are 5 milling centers in this community where the over 1,000 farmers working here rely on to produce fine rice for consumers. Kwame Boateng and Alhaji Musa Fusaini separately operate 2 of these 5 millers, and they believe the outrageous importation of foreign rice by successive governments, if not reduced, may collapse their operations.
Customers and I know me, me from me to was a just started managing. Enya ya na beto enya na beto afere be duru be miru ye frɛ customers on befa emo no a omo se emo no omanya bi abrofo mu no bi aba ntanya ane ade omo ba fa de no so hwi abrofo mu no so a 50 kilos ba ye de ne ebro 50 kilos edoso echim ba miensa a ye de be miinu na omo de na 50 kilos aye ba ako de si an so ya frɛ omo a wi a so abrofo mu wi asa abrofo mu amanye mu so aban de last year aban de mu aye hwam kama efe. Adi abaya si yinua aboa na ya adwuma no so aba alafi so aba so atofo ne ema
emo no de sisi ade eye krogin awudi asabia ebo first bia kase before mo say no ena de sisi ade before mo na ne abrofo ni na sisi aye na yegina one scale okuani bia ekoye wafuom na owi a ye na ode bre se ye ntoma no nti ono nya de brew se toma na de bia ase fi amudi atrentu ye ni.
The traditional leadership is also worried about the situation. Nana Esiedu Anochwa, the queen mother of Oda-Nkwanta, says the absence of ready and reliable buyers is affecting the local economy as money is not in circulation.
Anabo for and Bianca, but you are warden. I want to scout the cotton, and I'm going more deck a crapper. A man I basantim strabai, says Oda-Nkwanta. One more, nay, a mono, yanto. I've been so mono crano until I might before this, before the end, add that chabro for moon. Tim Saban Bibri say, Miss Son, or shall me, my mammy. None a man, I say, to see cry. Memina, so I basa.
The municipal chief executive for Brim Central, Solomon Brakukusi explains the reasons for the bumper harvest.
Let me give you a little background about, this whole episode. The Brim Central Municipal Assembly received a grant from the Korean government. And under that grant, we received 70 bags of rice. That's the seeds for planting. And the farmers were taken through training. And they worked with, or they applied the training that they received. How to apply the fertilizer, how to make sure that the seeds are healthy. They were taken through all the training. So because they applied what they learned, that's one of the reasons why we are having the high yields.
He stressed that the assembly is set to meet caterers of the school feeding program and the Ministry of Education to collaborate and enact some laws that will ensure that the schools and caterers purchase rice directly from these local farmers going forward.
We have scheduled a series of meetings. One is with the Education Directorate, and another meeting is with the school feeding coordinator, who is in charge of this area. So I think in a week or two, we should be able to come out with a concrete roadmap that we will address some of these challenges that we are facing in our municipality. So I think in a week or two, our farmers should expect some good news from our outfits.
To my left is a rice plantation. Now, just in front of me, as you see in the shot, is also another rice plantation. Now, there are several acres of this rice plantation here in Oda-Nkwanta, where over 1,000 farmers work on a daily basis. After visiting all these 5 milling centers, one thing was for sure, that several sacks of rice are waiting for prospective buyers to take them away. This is affecting the local economy here, according to residents who are pleading with government to assist them in getting buyers for this rice. For ChannelOne TV, Nil Ni Amati Kanaku, Akim Oda-Nkwanta.
All right, so there you have it, a report from Nilni Amate Kanaku, our Eastern Regional Correspondent right here on ChannelOne TV. And I have so many questions, and one of the questions I have is, is it that people are not patronizing the local rice?
Well, you can say that people are not patronizing, for which we are having a lot of them in the warehouse, and they aren't out for people to consume or for the farmers to get money. But let's join Niamati Kanaku. He went to the grounds to bring us the story. Let's understand from himself what really the farmers have been telling him and what has accounted to this. Neil, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Philip.
When you visited the area, Oda-Nkwanta, how many bags of rice currently do they have that are in the warehouses that are yet to be sold?
Yeah, Philip, thousands of sacks have been packed in. All the 5 milling centers, and some in homes of some of the farmers. Because the milling centers are currently choked with sacks of rice.
Did they tell you the reason why people are not buying, or is it that maybe they are buyers? I'm sure they should have people who buy from them have stopped buying from them.
Okay, so what Alhaji, who happens to be one of the owners of the milling centers, told me was that first, they had ready market. Some of the buyers would even come around and even deposit some cards that when the rice is ready and fine-tuned, they would come for that. They just give them a call. So at times, people would come and then deposit cards. Others will also send a via Momo to them so that when the rice is ready, they come for them. But for this season, it's been very slow. according to them, upon several calls placed to their prospective buyers or their clients who have been purchasing from them, told them that now with the influx of the imported rice, so they are a bit comfortable with the importation of the foreign rice. So majority of them have made purchases from the foreign rice. So that has been their situation now. And Philip, it's a tough thing for them because these are farmers who have arable land in that particular area. Majority of them are into both the rice cultivation and the cocoa cultivation. And I must say that in that particular enclave, the land there also have some mineral deposits underneath. And when you go to their neighbors, which happens to be Jadem, Jadem, Jadem have some diamond deposits in that particular area. But these farmers chose not to go into mining, but rather into agriculture, and being faced with this particular issue has been a major pain for them because money is not even in circulation in that particular area. Because majority of them are farmers, and it's through this rice activity that when they sell to the buyers, that is when they also get money to buy their daily things that they would need in terms of even oil, in terms of meat and stuff. Even if they want to cook, these are the same money that they rely on. But because these guys are stuck now in their homes and then at the milling centers, money is not in circulation, which is affecting the local economy at Oda-Nkwanta.
How much is a bag of rice?
First, I was told they sold it at that was last year. They were selling it around between 1,500 and then 1,200. But they said this year it dropped further down between 1,000 and then 900. But they are 50 kg rice. Comparing it to the ones from the imported ones, you would realize that the local ones are quite heavier. Yes, they are quite heavier in terms of quantity. So that's what they are saying. So
and the 50 kg rice, is it the one that is the 1,000 something?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, great.
Anyway, so right now, after you filed this report, have you heard that any government official or the authorities are trying to take action by way of going to the area that is the Nkwanta area, that is Oda-Nkwanta, to at least buy these bags of rice and bring them to the city or to the market, onto the market, so that they can get them sold, so that people can also receive their money?
Yes, so a day after the report and a day after I interviewed the MC Solomon Kuti-Prapo, who gave me an assurance that he was going to take up the matter, he personally went to engage the rice farmers in Oda-Nkwanta and then assured them that he was going to get them buyers. In the interview, he indicated that there are several schools in that particular enclave, with regards to even basic schools, who are all under the school feeding program, and also senior high schools in that particular area, and then in the constituency of Honorable Oda-Nkwanta, which happens to be Okwapia UAB, Oda-Nkwanta shares boundary with the Okwapia UAB constituency, and there are several schools, about two or three senior high schools in the Okwapia UAB area, and then several senior high schools even in Asamoah. That when these schools purchase directly from them, it will go a long way to improve the living conditions of these farmers. Now, the MC, after his engagement with these farmers, that same day moved to Accra to engage the Ministry of Agriculture and then some executives from the Papa Stock Company, and where I am through the MC that the Papa Stock, that the Ministry of Agriculture gave him a strong commitment, indicating that some funds have been allocated for the Papa Stock Company to move in to purchase all the rights in the Oda-Nkwanta enclave for onward distribution to the schools.
Okay.
All right. I just wanted to ask. So, ever since the NAFCO announced the minimum guaranteed farm gate prices for selected agricultural commodities, has it helped in any way? Because from the press release, we can see that the farm gate prices were sort of like reduced from what you just told us. Like rice, for example, one bag of 50 kg rice will be purchased by NAFCO at 625 Ghana cedis. Has that helped in any way?
So the farmers honestly are not really happy about the farm gate prices now. Because yes, they believe they are some way running at a loss. Because according to them, some of the inputs, the hard work they put into the production, it's not being rewarded for the new farm gate prices. So on that note, they really complained bitterly during my engagement with them. They were not really happy about the price at the time.
Okay. Neil, Ni Amate Kanako, thank you so much for your time, and keep doing the good work for us there. Keep monitoring what will be happening in that area, and also what the farmers are demanding for, so that at least these bags of rice that are in there that have been left in the warehouse will be brought onto the marketplaces and will be sold, because we have huge what's the name, customers. When it comes to the customer base is huge, because when you bring it onto the market and you even reduce the price, people will buy.
Yes, but I wonder why the farmers are not, very enthused about the farm gate prices. But if you're wondering what we are talking about the press release by the by NAFCO, which announced minimum guaranteed farm gate prices for selected agricultural commodities. And I could just read a bit of it. The Ministry of Food and Agriculture, in collaboration with the National Food Buffer Stock Company, is pleased to announce the minimum guaranteed farm gate prices for the selected agricultural commodities. These prices were determined by the Producer Price Determination Committee, that's PPDC, during the maiden meeting held on 11th and 12th of September 2025, following the successful inauguration. So the prices are as follows. For maize, we have 4.50 Ghana cedis per kg, and rice 12.50 Ghana cedis per kg, and gari 10 that's 10 Ghana cedis basically. And for appreciation, the guaranteed farm gate prices translate as follows. So one bag of maize, that's 100 kg, will be purchased by NAFCO at 450 Ghana cedis, and rice of 50 kg will be purchased by NAFCO at 625 Ghana cedis. But what we heard from Neil is that they are selling at 1,000 or 1,000 to 1,000 plus.
I think he said it was previous price, so maybe they've reduced it. So he didn't really state to us what really the current price is. But the farmer is joining us. Let's speak to the farmer, Ekuya Achama, to tell us details of what is happening. She would speak to you so that at least we can easily communicate with her. Good morning.
Good morning.
Pacho is saying,
if I try you, now swear.
Your farmer or Oda-Nkwanta or you.
Me Pacho.
Can some the chain kakra and some saying, I didn't know more rice now more torn or Siciano. Any jum and I cut them. I'm conforming to me. I'm embato.
Me Pacho. You don't want Yaniadum, and one I buy fine. Never say, Shani, not of 4, no more better. If you are my editor, and penny for any. They say, I'm watching, and more playing so. The brave schools. I say, a boy, young Kuno. Na, the dear, a year pay or your sister, my bravo. nanso ne yɛ nyatɔfo a ɔmba bɛtɔ yɛ mo no ne yɛnso yɛnya biribi kakra se yɛ ho de aboa yɛ mmɔfra ne tie nti ɛma yɛde to mpanifoɔ anim ma mediafoɔ bae na nyame nsa deɛ ɛsi adɛn dc yi ne ɛmaa no ne akuafoɔ no bɛsiae sɛ aban ama yɛnya ne nseɛ sɛ 2 weeks time no ɔmba bɛfa aduane no akɔ akɔsie ama ɔmba bɛtɔ akɔ akɔgu baabi a yɛbɛtumi de aduane no asie ɛde aboa ɔman Ghana.
Na mo nhwehwɛ mu no kyerɛ sɛn kane no no mbɛtɔ na sesia na dɛ nti na nkɔɔfo mbɛtɔ.
First no no mo bɛfa na customers na afidiefoɔ no wɔ no ɛkasa mo de ma yɛ ne sɛ abrɔfomo na aba bebree nti ɛno na mo di kan kɔkɔ faaye nti ɛno no na ɔmo faa ne mo nti ɛno a na ɔmo tɔn nti ɔmo ntɔn ɛno no yɛ di a ɔmo ntumi ma mɛfa wei no nti akɔpa ho kyerɛ bebree na abrɛ kuafoɔ no.
Motor bag baako sɛn.
Yɛtɔn yɛyɛ no kilos yɛyɛ no rɔba nti rɔba no rɔba num bi ayɛ grawa baako yɛn saa na yɛyɛ no grawa.
Grawa no motor grawa ne sɛn.
Grawa no yɛyɛ tɔn no 900 cedi.
Okay. Enti sesia na aban akasa 2 weeks time ɔmba bɛsesa rice and I more way I could share baby they can store it and now better when they are total. And that solution are more per now say going forward. No per se I say be quite be mamma moment be brought for no like a more crowded banner and so more competition beside.
No, I just said, I said, yeah, they see and see and start buying a cram and get it for them says so no crowd and want you for my do no more cram said a bay and see a piano. Ebe koso. Ombeto yansi ediano. Na boa nyina.
Sisi abi amoshe no Oda-Nkwanta no mo kwan etesen ana sisi ade ba akwanse mu a mo mbresa emfe duane ne mbakro. Etesa.
Oh, said the siano no. Machines ne ahuru num. Ana o ntianya de gu eko machine ni so a customers wona ne ba. Eba be fako. Yɛn fam ba krum mama say yes for the aba enkran aba be fa aba be son age say customers no na ba be fa de be kɔ krum say me to e bia ngrawa wo ha ana say ngrawa ha enu na mo de akɔ krum akɔ akɔton tie dia ne say ba pa ne de kɔ fa fa yesimun nti obi a kueni bia be kɔ ne akiro kueni bia de ho na ho. It's not yeah, after the other said about Kwana, yes, I did for a man himself. You have done a taporiso. It in Cabandum, Yana, my and dry machine, India. And you just feel for now by an idea, or the dryness, west.
Okay, in the next 2 weeks now, I want to say buying for biases. Anyway, you know, a semen I will catch a buying in this regard, sir. I want some bonny dear or some this one, and I'm moving is that.
Oh, yeah, yes, a bono master, and then the year show when him say, by your one, I hope by the other, don't know my aim, 1 or 2 weeks time. Oh, my best family, am I in? Near the air, she said the air canal. In Tianoan, you go so extra, Sabine, and sender. Now a bona, DC, now be saying, say 2 weeks time, no barber fan. Oh, mamma, funny, and I won't say anything more.
Man bisa bi mo no etumi et na hoche ana etumi da hoche ana how many period na da ho betia say
me pa cho say to be
no bag of rice na mo ton no etumi da hoche em ka say be within how was the period da hoche betia say ana say o de kokro me ka say we mo we there aginsem ye ntumi don
oh because maybe say so maybe don't me there na to me is wa my finance abeto and some me to asie so for me to so I mean to asie so the be ya men santi sika kon koto mo for e wa bonten
okay in just what me store a more way for more than 1 year
me pa trying
okay Eja mo akono asem final words a obeso kacha ban na nko nkofo wa to free mo hono asem kakra wa ben na obeso kacha wansa na wako
o asam kakra ne a meka atra aban ane se mi de ma de se de ane se onso ya san no me dry machine no sabe e be ya nyame ya adum no ma ya hodin ye timi de ya adwuma na ye ba ya ne hata ofo mi wata poli no kra no hata na se we nya nkofo amwa na nsuo gi gumpa na no so kofa sama de aba nti se na wo yo ba akofo a wo se nsuo na peti ha wo be pia be boa no na be kata so na nsuo na aben nti kanyame ya adum na ka ban boa no ma ya dry machine ne dia na ka ya wie
okay. Ekia Achamaya Dasapasa Odia Ebon Komo. She is a rice farmer in Oda-Nkwanta. Today I had to actually bring my tree from the fridge so that we would actually have to talk about it. But basically, what she's talking about is about competition, that the foreign rice is now in competition with the local rice. And the people that do buy from them to sell to the final consumers are saying that now people sort of prefer the foreign rice. So people are now buying the foreign rice more. She made mention of the fact that they've gotten some sort of assurances from the government that in the next 2 weeks, these bags of rice will be bought. They said they call something grawa. So they sell the grawa for 900 Ghana cedis. I'm sure that when you take it from them and you come and do your own measurement and all those things and sell to the final consumer. But she's saying that there is sort of a final a decision or a promise from the government that in the next 2 weeks, these bags of rice will be taken from them. They are asking for a drying machine. I think the drying machine, if I'm not mistaken, help them to like preserve these things more, to keep it for a very long time. Because what she said was that even with what she cultivates, she's able to keep it for like a year. You understand? So it tells you that we really have food in the system. But as to whether how we would get it to Accra. Recently, we had the Agri Fair, and trust me, Agri Fair with people coming told us one thing, that people really want good food to eat. They want fresh produce to eat. We started on Friday. It was there on Saturday and Sunday, and even some people even ran out on Friday, and they didn't come on Saturday and Sunday
because they didn't have anything.
So what happens to what we are having in the various towns, communities, outskirts? Bring these things into the cities. People will buy. Trust me. Even if you do not use the local rice for your normal rice and stew, you could use the local rice for a motuo. You could, that's rice balls. You could use the local rice for maybe Tom Brown, because you're going to mix it with other things. You could use the rice, the local rice could be moved into something else. I know there are chefs, there are caterers who can use these things and
to create things. Even to bake.
Yes.
Even to bake.
They can use it in nice ways, in different ways that you, when you eat it, you like, really? Is this the local rice? So you see, and I also think that we may not be adding value to these things.
No, you know, the thing is, apart from the value, the added value that we are looking at, I think also the awareness should not stop. The awareness of local rice should not stop. The awareness of our local food should not stop. Because I feel like we only start a campaign
and we leave it
for 3 months, and then that's it. Oh, it's gonna rise, campaign,
we put it on autopilot.
You understand? So I feel like it should keep ringing into our minds, because yes, as human beings, sometimes we have that mindset of this is better than this because of how this is packaged. But at the end of the day, we forget the nutritional values. Let's come out and tell us, okay, why is the local rice better? Because it has so nutritional values, because it will not make you sick. Because, do you understand? So when we keep talking about it and keep ringing it into the minds of people, why it is important to consume our local rice,
so this is like
then I think people will just buy.
This is like a glut. We have it in an abundance, and we are not able to push it to the various people
and I also feel like
in the
we
market
should also
or the
start
final
importing.
consumers.
I mean exporting.
Well, but you know the funny thing, we only are exporting. We are sort of creating jobs for people elsewhere to take these local rice, add value, and come and sell it back to us.
Well, that's
yes, they come repackage it and package it well, and they come and sell it expensive to us.
You know, sometimes they actually come and pick the seeds of some of the things that we plant and then go out plant it.
So I think the agric minister is doing well. Eric Opoki over the weekend or last week he was in Agogo, Ashanti Achim North Municipality, where he sort of cut salt for the construction of a tomato factory. And the MP for that area, that is Ohene Kwame Frimpong, he also noted that sort of an awareness creation was made when the farmers were also complaining about tomato glut, that they weren't able to have it onto the market for people to buy. The government came in to say that, hey, we can buy these things and also take them to the big cities and sell them. So if the member of parliament for this area is also paying attention, maybe the agric minister would want to go to this place, see how best he can really engage the local farmers or the rice farmers and see how best we can deal with these things.
Yeah, because and I feel like after this, like this should not be a repeated issue. Let's not hear it again next year.
Maybe.
Let's not hear it again in the next if the next government comes. Let this be something that stays, that the government should always work with farmers.
Yeah. But we also preach this thing too. City FM ChannelOne TV, we started the agri-fair. Maybe the government can also take it up and do something, if not 3 times in a year, maybe monthly or maybe quarterly, so that at least people can also buy the fresh produce and eat in their various homes. But we have the municipal chief executive for Brim Central, that is Solomon Kusi, who is joining us for us to have conversations on what is happening in the Oda-Nkwanta area, where the rice farmers are saying that, well, we have a lot, but people are not buying. Hello, sir. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
First of all, I want to find out from you, per your conversation with the farmers on the ground, what really is the problem that you gathered, for which reason they have the bags of rice stuck in warehouses or wherever it is, and they are not able to get them onto the market for them to buy, for people to buy, so that they can get some income?
Good morning once again, and thanks for the opportunity. My interaction with the farmers revealed one thing, that this year they made bumper harvest, unlike previous years, and the harvest is as a result of the Korean government package to the farmers, where they train the farmers how to apply fertilizers and also introduce certain seedlings to them, which has, they've exceeded expectation in terms of, their harvest. It's not like the normal harvest over the years. So it's not like people are not patronizing, the rice or not buying the rice. But maybe every year, sometimes an acre of, rice farm gives them 8 bags. And because of the package from the Korean government, it has quadrupled, which is making, it difficult for them to, sell their produce.
But I think this is good news, that if you're having, say, 20%, so this time around you had 80% when it comes to harvesting. But what is the plan from your end, you being the government representative there, to one, store these bags of rice or whatever they've cultivated, and get people to also come and buy, at least, so that they can heave a sigh of relief?
Sure, we are making steps to, resolving the issue. We've engaged the National Food Buffer, which they promised that in the coming weeks they will buy the produce from the farmers. And from our outfit too, we are engaging the National School Feeding Secretariat, because if we are preaching, it's Ghana, where Ghana, do everything Ghana, it means that we have to let our, caterers buy from the farmers. So this is also an opportunity for the government to even, or the municipality or the assembly is in the process of making bylaws which will compel our, school feeding caterers to buy from, the local rice farmers. Because if we have, 3 secondary schools also in our municipality, Oda School, St. Francis, and Matefa Senior High School. We are also engaging the Ministry of Education to direct the schools to buy directly from the farmers. I think in the meantime, in the short term, these are some of the things that we can do. Because if we don't support the farmers, it will discourage them from cultivating, next year and the years afterwards, which will not inure to the benefits of the local economy. So we are engaging, these stakeholders. We've engaged National Food Buffer. We are engaging the National School Feeding Secretariat, and as an assembly we are making steps to, pass bylaws which will compel the school feeding caterers to buy directly from the farmers.
Right.
So these are some of the things that we are putting in place.
All right. So with the price of that the National Food Buffer Stock Company have put out there, is it something that is just going to happen for this period, or it's something that's going to happen, after this period? I mean, like it's here to stay, or it's just here to relieve them?
No, this is not going to be just a one-time something.
Mm-hmm.
Because the rice farmers, they've not stopped cultivating. It's something that they do all year.
Mm-hmm.
So we are finding lasting solutions to these problems.
Right.
Yeah, that we shouldn't let the farmers agitate before we come in to buy their produce. So we have to have a constant conversation with the National Food Buffer, so that they will dedicate some suppliers to come and buy, or some buyers to come and buy the produce the moment the farmers do the harvest. And the harvest is not the only challenge that we are facing. Most of the farmers they lack modern equipment like dryers and others. So regardless of the fact that they've even made plenty harvest, they also complain that most of the produce went waste because they were not having dryers, and combine harvesters is also one of the challenges that we are facing. So it is not just about the produce alone. We also have to make steps to prevent post-harvest losses. Those are some of the things that we are also looking at.
Okay, so what about pricing? Do you think the pricing from the farmers are that great? Do you think sometimes it does not pose a problem?
No, if you even compare their price, because they are selling 85 kg, like 85 kg for 900 cedis.
Oh.
And when we engage the National Food Buffer too, they will also be buying the 50 kg for 625 cedis.
Mm-hmm.
So should the National Buffer even step in, it means the farmers are going to even make more revenue as compared to what they sell to, the locals here. So we are just praying that this week we will, have a good news from the National Food Buffer, which will also, increase the revenue of the farmers, which will incentivize them to even produce more in the coming years.
Beautiful. So, like you said this week, so that means there is a timeline that you are looking at to address these issues. If yes, you can share with us.
Sure. We gave the farmers 2 weeks. I engaged them on Friday, and we gave them, a 2-week timeline.
Right.
Within these 2 weeks, we should get, positive news from the National Food Buffer.
Good.
Right. And finally, before I let you go, have you eaten the rice?
Yeah, I've eaten the rice. And
how does it taste? Tell us about it.
You don't even have to worry yourself, buying perfume rice. Yeah, because this rice, like if you are even 200 meters away from where the rice is being cooked, you will even feel the aroma. So the rice is very delicious, and we encourage people from Accra and others to come to Oda-Nkwanta if they want to taste great rice.
All right, so Mr. Solomon, we'll be expecting a small bag of rice from you. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Solomon Brakukusi is the MC from Brim Central in Oda, and he has been talking extensively about this. Chris, over the weekend was the National Sanitation Day, and it really caught fire. You saw the government chair, we saw the AMA boss, and also local government minister. We can do a similar thing when it comes to agri. We can have a national food day or national food fair day where every 3 months we say that, okay, fine, we visited this area and there is bumper harvest in this particular area. We would want to bring the produce to, say, Koforidua, to Takrade, to Accra, to Ho, to Cape Coast, and sell for the farmers to get money. See, we shouldn't encourage post-harvest losses. Like the MCE said. It sort of demoralizes the farmers. So I wake up in the morning, I take my cutlass, I take my hoe, and I go to the onto the farm just to suffer there. And when it's time for me to cultivate, after the cultivation, I'm not able to push the produce to the general public for persons to consume. Sometimes for a farmer, he or she gets the joy from the fact that people are consuming what I have toiled for. That's it. And the little money you give to them, they are okay with it. But we shouldn't leave these things, say we are leaving tomatoes for that to go bad. We are leaving onion for that to go bad. We are leaving watermelon for it to go bad. We are leaving orange for it to go bad. Sometimes the 8 to 5 worker doesn't even have the time to say that I'm going to the market to go and buy these things. But when you have a fair, you have, say, National Food Fair, I know that it's at maybe a designated location. We go there, we buy it in bulk, and we take it to our home. So we can also save these farmers this wahala by going through the tough times of working, doing whatever they are supposed to do, and they do not get the little money they are even supposed to get from the government, and it's also from the public. When the MCE spoke, he spoke about 85 kg, which is the 900 Ghana cedis. And I think that is the grower the farmer was talking about. So if 85 kg, and then just say that you are buying 50 kg for 700 Ghana cedis, take the 35 kg out of it. That's like 200 Ghana cedis. So why are you going to get 200 Ghana cedis, 35 kg for 200 Ghana cedis? That's a lot. You understand? So you bring it to a place where you think that you can get the market. People buy and people will consume. We really need food when it comes to this country. And even when you come to Accra, if Maslow's hierarchy of need, there's basic things: shelter, food, clothing. And food is taking like a chunk of our money. You come to Accra and you have a place to put your head or to stay, to lay your head. And the next thing is you are thinking of what to eat. But if you have local rice and you think that has really been added some sort of value, you can really consume and eat well. It's going to reduce the burden on you. You know that you go to market and they are not going to count maybe 2 or 3 tomatoes for you, and they'll say that it's 50 cedis or 20 cedis, and it's reduced to say you can get something for like 5 cedis or 10 cedis. It's going to reduce the burden on you, the 8 to 5 worker.
Right. So I also think this is in as much as it looks like very difficult on the farmer, especially with the bumper harvest issue, I think also it's an opportunity. It's an opportunity for the government to look at, how to bring food from other parts of the country to the central part of the
so
country,
that we buy.
for everybody can access it. So yeah, something like the agri-fair, it's very important once in a while. These fairs need to be done once in a while. People need to get access to food that they think they cannot reach. Because there are people out there, there are farmers out there that have so much to offer, but no one is buying.
And across the country, every region has something to offer.
Exactly.
For instance, you go up north, you get yam. You get the shea butter and all those things and other things when you go up north, right? When you come to maybe the southern part of the country, that is where you get cassava, you would get the plantain and all
potatoes
that,
and
potatoes and all those things. When you come to the coastal area, you get fish to buy. You go to where they were referring to the Birim area, you would get the local rice to buy. You go to the Volta region, there is something for you to buy. So every part of the country has something to give.
Offer.
You understand? Not long ago, we were talking about the situation in the Bono region where the farmers were complaining about road. And it's a farming community. Every region has something to offer. So let's put things together and make life easy for us in Ghana, because we are suffering. See, we are suffering. You wake up in the morning and Accra, if you do not have 50 Ghana cedis or you don't have 60 Ghana cedis or a minimum of 30 Ghana cedis, you can't even eat KK and fish. and you are moving about and calculating 30 Ghana cedis times 30, that is 900 Ghana cedis. Then you are now going to buy something to wear. You are now going to pay transport. We are suffering. So please, if the food is somewhere that has to be brought to the cities and to the areas that we can easily access, governments, that's why we voted for you. That is why we put you there, so that at least you just let us heave a sigh of relief, so that when our wives go onto the market, they won't bring big bills to us. When our mothers go onto the market, they won't bring big bills to us.
And when they bring the big bills to you, you think that they are
cheating you. Yes, you think so, because maybe
you'll be like, but just last week
was this.
It was 40
and now
cedis.
it is this.
And now it's 100 cedis.
Yes. You understand?
No, we're not cheating.
Well,
we're not cheating.
We the people giving the money will think that, you are doing chobo.
Oh,
you understand? And
but sometimes chobo is necessary.
It's necessary. But you see, if the thing is cheaper, the thing is on the market and it's not that expensive.
And it's accessible.
The kind of chobo you see me wouldn't be huge. Imagine you are buying tomatoes for 100 Ghana cedis, and the next minute you tell me that it's going to 120 Ghana cedis. You understand? But on the market, you can get that bucket of tomatoes for like 60 Ghana cedis. And you take like 80 Ghana cedis for me. I'm cool. You understand? But if you are taking 100 Ghana cedis for me for a bucket of tomatoes, and the next minute you are taking like 130 Ghana cedis or 140 Ghana cedis for me, it's a toll on me. Mind you, the salary is same. Or whatever you are getting the income from, it's same.
Yeah, nothing
it doesn't
changes.
change.
Yeah.
It's like constant. And the other things are variables.
Yeah, so even if the economy changes,
yes,
you're still where you are.
You understand? But if we have these things coming from the rural areas, coming from other parts of the country, where you think that people can easily buy, it makes life easy.
Yeah.
Makes life easy.
Anyway, I think this was a very great conversation, and we pray that those in charge should actually listen to some of the pleas of the farmers, and also listen to some of the ideas that we've put out on the show. You never know who might need, and you never know who it will help. But definitely, I believe that if we had something like the Agri Fair every year, or every
month.
Well, every month.
Every month. See, the sanitation day is the first Saturday in every month.
Yeah.
We can do something every Saturday in the last week of the month.
Of the year, yeah.
Of the month. If you can't do it, at most, do it 3 times in a month. Reason is the farmers are always working. There is something to cultivate. There is something that is in its season.
They are never in a break.
Exactly. So not long ago we had the issue of plantain not being in season. Now plantain is in season. When I was coming, I saw one in front of St. John's Grammar, and the truck loaded with plantain. Mind you, if these market women do not sell it in say a week, 2-3 weeks time, it will go bad. And when it goes bad, what happens? And when it goes extinct or it's out of season, then now you're buying plantain for huge amount of money.
50 cedis.
Yes, so just create something. Let people come, and people will come and take. You understand?
So
that's what somebody's saying.
Chips, like even like
somebody I bought for 5 cedis, and I'm like, why did you count it into the rubber?
Oh yeah.
Or what? Or 10 Ghana cedis, and I'm like, how many will these children of mine eat, and how many will I eat for? See, it's a difficult thing that we are facing. So if the government must do something, it has to be now. When that particular produce is in its season, create a conducive environment for people to get access to it. And when we get access to it, maybe the individual will have a way to store it. So for instance, I have plantain in my house. I would have a way to store it that I can keep it there for a very long time. I have maize, which is in season. I would have a way to store it. I have rice, which is in season. I'll have a way to store it. Fruit is in season. You drive along Tema to Aflao, and you see watermelon going bad.
Exactly.
And you ask yourself, what are we thinking about? And see, we always fancy cutting salt or breaking the ground for factories and all those things, which we do not really see what the essence is. Create conducive ways, conducive means for us to enjoy what the farmers are producing. And definitely we can pay.
And you know what? And you know what? I also think, in as much as we are speaking to the government about this, in creating avenues for, to help these farmers make money, I also think the farmers also need to think about their pricing.
Well, I don't think that the farmer needs a lot when it comes to money.
No,
see, if you get it directly from the farmer, it's way cheaper than when it comes onto the market. You understand? Maybe the farmer, because there is a middleman, and there is always a middleman who is going to make the price bigger or increase the price. You understand? But when you have it directly from the government, taking it directly from the farmers and creating a conducive area, a conducive means that we, the final consumers, can get it directly from the farmers. It